She will never say it out loud, not directly, not clearly. But if you pay attention, if you are the kind of man who watches more than he talks, you will see it. Women don't confess love. They reveal it in small moments, in quiet behaviors, in the things they do without even realizing they're doing them. Today, we're going to break down the 7 silent signs that a woman loves an older man more than she will ever admit. Sign number 1. She slows down. Around you, most people in this world are rushing. They're on their phones. They're distracted. They're somewhere else in their mind even when they're standing right next to you. But when a woman loves an older man, a real one, not just someone older in age, but older in presence, she slows down. Her voice gets softer. Her movements get calmer. She stops performing. She doesn't feel the need to be loud or dramatic to get your attention. Why? Because she already feels safe. And safety, real emotional safety, is one of the rarest things a woman experiences. When she slows down around you, she is telling you something she may never say with words. You make me feel at peace. Sign number 2. She asks for your opinion, not just validation. Here is a truth most men never notice. There is a difference between a woman who says, "What do you think?" and a woman who actually waits for your answer. When a woman is just being polite, she asks and then keeps talking. But when she genuinely loves and respects a man, especially a mature man, she stops. She looks at you. She listens. She thinks about what you said. She values your perspective not because she is weak, but because she sees something in you that most people around her do not have. Lived experience, grounded judgment, calm certainty. When a woman treats your opinion like it actually matters, that is not a small thing. That is a quiet declaration of deep respect, and deep respect always lives very close to deep love. Sign number 3. She notices the small things about you. She remembers that you take your coffee a certain way. She notices when you seem tired, even when you haven't said a word. She points out that you wore that same shirt the last time something good happened to you. These are not accidents. The human mind does not store what it doesn't care about. When a woman tracks the small details of your life, not because you told her to, but because she chose to pay attention, that is her heart speaking. A Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane." What he meant in part is this: most people go through life completely unaware of the people around them. When someone sees you, truly sees you, that awareness is rare, and it is never accidental. She sees you. That means she loves you. Sign number 4. She brings her problems to and or pay attention to who a person runs to when things fall apart. That is where you find love. Not in the good times. The good times are easy. Love shows up in the difficult moments, in the 11 p.m. phone calls, in the quiet voice that says, "I didn't know who else to call." When a woman loves an older man, she brings him her real problems, not the surface-level complaints she shares with everyone, the real ones, the ones that keep her up at night. She does this because she trusts your experience. She trusts your calm. She trusts that you won't panic alongside her, that you will be the steady presence she cannot find anywhere else. Epictetus said, "Seek not the good in external things, seek it in yourselves." But there is a companion truth. We all need someone who reminds us of our own strength when we forget it. When she brings you her pain, she is trusting you with the most vulnerable part of herself. There is no greater sign than this. Sign number 5. She protects your peace without being asked. This one is subtle, but once you see it, you cannot unsee it. She doesn't bring chaos to your space. She doesn't start unnecessary arguments. She doesn't create drama for no reason. She doesn't test you the way she might have tested men in the past. Instead, she protects your peace. She cancels plans when you seem exhausted. She tells people you're busy when you need space. She keeps certain conversations away from you because she knows you don't need that noise in your life. She has, quietly and without announcement, become a guardian of your energy. This is not something women do for men they don't care about. This is something women do when they understand the value of what they have. And an older man who carries himself well, who speaks with weight and moves with purpose, that man has a peace about him that a certain kind of woman will work hard to protect. If she is protecting yours, she loves you deeply. Sign number 6. She is different around you than anyone else. You might have seen her with her friends, loud, playful, a little scattered. You might have seen her at work, formal, guarded, professional. But around you, she is none of those things. Around you, she is herself. She lets her guard down in a way she doesn't allow with others. She laughs differently. She speaks more honestly. She admits things she wouldn't admit to almost anyone. This happens because of one reason: trust. And trust for a woman is not easily given. It is earned through patience, through consistency, through the quiet confidence of a man who does not need to perform or prove himself. When she becomes her truest self around you, when the version of her that appears in your presence is the version even she doesn't fully show the world, that is not just comfort. That is love. Seneca wrote, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." When she becomes better, calmer, more herself in your presence, you are that person for her. Sign number 7. She stays in a world built on instant gratification, on swiping left, on moving on always looking for something shinier, something newer. She stays. This is perhaps the most silent sign of all, because staying doesn't make noise. Leaving makes noise. Staying is a quiet, daily decision she makes without announcing it. She stays when things get complicated. She stays when you are not at your best. She stays through the silence, through the distance, through the moments when other women might have already walked away. Why? Because she has found something in you that she did not expect to find, and cannot explain to anyone who hasn't felt it themselves. Maturity, depth, stillness. She stays because leaving would mean losing the one person who makes her feel like the world is not as chaotic as it seems. And a woman who stays, without being asked, without being chased, without being convinced, is a woman who loves you in the truest, most honest way possible. She stays. That is everything. The older man who understands these signs carries a certain kind of power, not the loud kind, not the kind that needs to announce itself, the quiet kind, the kind that comes from knowing who you are, what you offer, and what it means when a woman shows you, through her behavior, through her presence, through her silence, that she has chosen you. Observe more, speak less. The answers have always been there. Most men are simply too distracted to see them. The Stoic does not chase. He does not beg. He does not perform. He becomes. And what he becomes, the world cannot ignore. If someone is showing you these signs right now, you already know what it means. Before you go, I want to ask you something. How many of these signs did you recognize in someone? 1, 3, all 7? Drop your number in the comments right now. Just type a number, that's all. You'd be surprised how many men are watching this video and seeing the same things you are seeing. This channel exists for the man who observes, who thinks, who chooses depth over noise. If that is you, subscribe, hit the bell, because the next video is already going to be something you need to hear. Stay stoic. Stay silent. Stay dangerous.